Hey everyone, it's Bravoalmara and welcome to my first vlog! Woo! So today I'm going to be doing a get to know me Q&A, mainly about cosplay. I got some questions in off of my Instagram, so I will be answering some of those questions and then I'll be doing a just general Q&A about cosplay, so that way you all can get familiar with me, I guess. We're gonna first go ahead and find the questions that I got off of Instagram, and we will answer those first, if I can find any of them. Okay, so the first question is from Gentles B. Her question is, what inspired me to do cosplay? So I've always been into dressing up and being fictional characters and making videos, but I never had a name for this. And then I had a friend who did cosplay and she told me that it was cosplay, and I was like, wow, I've never heard of that before. So I looked it up and I was like, holy shit. I mean, crap. This is what I have been wanting to do this whole time. That is all I've ever wanted, and now there's a name for this amazing thing that I just love to do. That's basically how I got inspired to do cosplay. Was I met somebody, put a name to the hobby, and now here we are. My dogs are barking. Okay, so I have a couple questions from 1000 Face Cosplay. So the first question is, what is my favorite animal? Oh, this is easy. It's a corgi. I need a corgi. If you send me pictures of corgis, you will be my friend forever. I like watching 12 to 20 hour videos of corgis on YouTube, you know, the compilations, because they exist for some reason. I guess the reason is because there's people like me who love corgis, like a lot. Okay, and then her next question was my favorite cosplay that I do. Don't have a lot yet. A lot of the ideas in my head, I basically only have Sherlock. And I love to cosplay Sherlock. Cosplaying Sherlock is so much fun. I wish that the fandom was bigger. I feel like it's shrunk a lot, but I love cosplaying Sherlock. Crossplay is like so not done enough. I feel like it's not represented at all. So people who can change their face into the other gender is just my favorite thing. But I love cosplaying Sherlock because his costume was not hard. The makeup is really difficult, but it's super fun, and people seem to think I do a really good job at it, so that's obviously really fun. I got a lot of compliments at the first convention I went to, and I got a lot of pictures taken of me, and that's just gonna be one of my signature cosplays. I can tell, because people just seem to really like it, and I like it too, because he's an awesome character and I love to represent that fandom because it doesn't get enough love. My most favorite movie or TV show. Okay, so if this was me a year ago, I would only have one answer. No, I would have two answers. I don't really have a lot of favorite movies. My favorite movies are like Pirates of the Caribbean, all of them, just all of them. And Star Trek, the reboot Star Treks. I adore them. My favorite TV show, had you asked me a year ago, would have been Heroes and Star Trek, the original series. But now I have so many. It's literally like a split three-way tie between Heroes, Sherlock, and Game of Thrones. Ugh, I just got into Game of Thrones, and it has not been enough time for me to admit that I'm on season 5, episode 7. For the next question from 1000 Face Cosplay is, what is my favorite color? My favorite color is blue. Super Hulock Cosplay asks, when and how did you first get into cosplay? Similar to the first question. But I've only been into cosplay for not even a year, but I've been doing this character costume stuff my entire life. And I've always, this is a fun fact about me, I've always done boy characters. I've never had a need or want to be a female character. I guess I just like the male characters more. They resonate with me more than female characters usually do. Now I'm a little bit more into female characters just because of like Game of Thrones has a lot of strong female characters. Elizabeth Gunhild Carter asks, how does your makeup progress start in terms of studying photos and prepping your face? My first step kind of is to find the best reference picture I can. So you have to have a reference picture that is in really good lighting, but not like photoshopped lighting where they look perfect. No, you have to find one where it's totally like realism, so that way you can really capture like what their face looks like. In terms of like Sherlock, they don't airbrush them too much, so they still look pretty normal, like normal people. Prepping my face, I usually use like just lotion, just any kind of lotion that you like for like your skin. I usually put that on my face first. It helps the makeup kind of just stay cemented on to my face. And there's going to be a lot of makeup, so you want to make sure your face is moisturized, because otherwise, if you have dry skin like me, you will die. Just be dead. Thank you for all of you guys who wrote in questions to me. So now I'm going to move on to the general cosplay questions. What is my cosplay alias? It is Bravoalmara, which is translated from 2 different languages into brave make-believe, because I thought that really was like a good representation of what cosplay kind of is to me. So I thought that it sounded really pretty and wasn't too awful hard to spell if you say it to someone, even though I forgot how to spell it at the convention I went to last time because no one had ever asked me how to spell it, and then I just had a panic attack and just had a stroke and melted down in front of their camera. The next question is, what was my first convention and how did it go? My first convention was LA Comic-Con, formerly known as LA Kamikaze, Stanley's Kamikaze. And I went with my 2 really good friends. For the first day, I was the only one who cosplayed out of the 3 of us, which I thought was kind of scary. One of my friends had seen me in full Sherlock before, but the other one really hadn't. And I was like really embarrassed. And then there were 2 other people, my fiance and his friend, and we had a long car ride there in the first place, and it was so awkward, and I just didn't know what to expect because I had never been to a con before. And this was only just this year. This is my first con. And I was so embarrassed. But then as soon as I stepped out of the car and got to like the actual building, I was so comfortable because everybody there was just like me. And my friends were like in awe of all these people, and by the 3rd day, I feel like we all were kind of on the same page with it. My friend who originally didn't want to cosplay, she was finally like, okay, I want to dress up, I want to do something. So she did, what was it, Mochaccino, I think is her name, from the Goofy movie, which was really cool. She got a lot of compliments on that. It was super last minute, but it was like really good. And then my other friend, she Disney bounded on the last day as Snow White, which was really cute. And then the day before that, she was Hipster Timmy. And so we got paint like the day before and painted a Starbucks cup with a pink lid, and we painted the actual cup green, so it was like Cosmo and Wanda. And then we wrote Timmy on the cup, which was really cute. Overall, it was so much fun. Like, it was so much fun to see how much hard work and dedication people put into this, and that really makes me want to just keep going with this. LA Comic-Con. If you have not gone, you should definitely try to go. I know that the panels probably aren't nearly as good as San Diego. Super depressed because I didn't get any San Diego tickets. They sold out. But I had a really good time. This one says, what was your first cosplay and why did you choose it? Well, Sherlock was my first cosplay, but my first ever, like, I want to dress up as this person costume was Jack Sparrow, but not as older him. It was from this book series called The Adventures of Young Jack Sparrow, and by Rob Kidd. If you haven't read those books and you're a fan of the Pirates of the Caribbean series, you should read them. They're like this thick, but there's 12 books, and there's other book series about Jack Sparrow before he was Jack Sparrow too, and they are so cute, and I love them. Like, I could just read them over and over and over again, and I have. But I had a whole YouTube channel a long time ago devoted to just young Jack Sparrow and trying to recreate the books. Unfortunately, we were not quite professional status, and we didn't get to finish them because a lot of things just kind of got in the way. But that was my whole childhood, was just dressing up as young Jack Sparrow. There's another really good cosplayer I know who was actually a subscriber to that channel, and she still cosplays young Jack Sparrow, and I would love to cosplay him again because it's awesome. I love it. Her name's Rainbow Pastel. You should follow her. This one says, do you sew your cosplays yourself? No, not yet, but for Christmas this year I did receive a sewing machine from my grandpa, so hopefully I will start to kind of figure out the workings of sewing, and I really, by the end of this year, by like LA Comic-Con 2018, I would really love to have sewn my own Rey from Star Wars costume. That's the goal. This one says, do you style your own wigs? Yes, I do. Go to Arta Wigs. Arta Wigs is amazing. The Doctor Strange wig that I got was, it's beautiful. And I didn't even really have to do much. I just had to put some gel in it. This question says, what skill has been most useful for making your cosplays? I would say art, but I feel like that's really helped with the makeup aspect, because by no means have I ever been trained in any sort of way in makeup, but I feel like understanding the proportions of people's faces and things like that have really helped me a lot. By no means do I know anything technical about makeup. I use makeup from like Albertsons or Walgreens. I use makeup from like Walgreens, so I don't use professional makeup whatsoever either because I don't have the money. This question says, do you try to stay cheap or do you splurge on materials? Splurge. I have no self-control. This question says, do you compete in cosplay contests? I haven't, but I want to. I want to so bad. But all of the contests, you have to have made at least 80% of your costume yourself, I think. I think that's pretty accurate. But I have none of that because I don't know how to sew. I would totally love to do something where it's just like a runway show, just for fun. Like, I don't even need it to be a contest. I just want to perform. Like, I just want to perform because I go to acting school, so I totally am into that stuff. And I would love for there to be like, you get 5 minutes, do a little performance in character for like this audience. Totally would be into that. If you know of something like that, please let me know. Please. This question is, what is the funniest reaction you've gotten cosplaying from people? So at LA Comic-Con, this is so awesome. At LA Comic-Con, there was this group of girls, and I was dressed as Sherlock. There's this group of girls who walked by me, and we were just walking past each other, and then all of a sudden I just hear right behind me this blood-curdling scream, and I turn around and this girl's like, oh my god, you're Sherlock! And then she took a picture of me, like not even with me. She's like, can I just have a picture of you? And I was like, oh, okay. And then she was super sweet, and she goes, yes, you're my queen. I thought that was so funny, being dressed as Sherlock and being called a queen. This question says, name a few cosplays you're planning to do next. So this year, the goal is to do Doctor Strange. I'm having a costume commissioned by one of my friends. I'm really excited about that because the costume is just so gorgeous, and I obviously know how to do Benedict Cumberbatch's makeup, so I mean, it'll just be just something really fun, I think. Also coming up this year will be Mike from Stranger Things. I'm hoping to do a group cosplay with that. My fiance is willing to be Dustin at the next convention, which the next convention I'll be going to is WonderCon. So if you're going, hopefully I'll see you there. But I know he's gonna be Dustin, and I have a friend who said she'd be willing to be 11. So hopefully that works out. But I have my Mike costume already ready to go. I just need my wig to show up at some point. And then I have Daphne from Scooby-Doo. I'm also planning on doing Siler from Heroes because I love that show and I love that character. And then, of course, Rey from Star Wars. I know that's a really popular one right now, but I've just really enjoyed her character. All right, and then the last question that I'm going to answer is, what is my dream cosplay? As of now, Doctor Strange, because I totally love that movie, and that character is just awesome. And that's my dream one for this year, but since it's going to happen, my dream male cosplay would be probably just Jack Sparrow. Just full-blown Jack Sparrow, adult Jack Sparrow, because his costume is so elaborate and just so fun, and I still just have such a strong connection with that character. And then Sansa Stark for sure would be my female character dream, because her costumes are so gorgeous. Thank you so much for watching my first official vlog. You guys are awesome and amazing. And I hope you had a wonderful Christmas / Hanukkah / whatever it is you celebrate. And I hope you have happy holidays and a wonderful new year. Bye!